Imagine you're the ruler of a country and you've got a massive problem. Your city is being overrun by deadly cobras. You need a solution, and fast. So, you come up with a seemingly brilliant idea. You'll pay people for every dead cobra they bring in. Simple, right? Well, not exactly. This idea, meant to fix the problem, ended up backfiring spectacularly. Instead of reducing the number of cobras, it led to an explosion in their population. But how? And more importantly, why do economic policies often end up creating the very problems they were designed to solve? Today, we are diving into one of the most fascinating economic paradoxes of all time, the Cobra Effect. And once you understand this, you'll start seeing it everywhere, from government policies to corporate strategies and even personal finance. The story of the Cobra Effect. Our story begins in British colonial India. During the British rule, a city was facing a serious problem: too many cobras. To solve this, the government introduced a bounty program. The deal was simple: kill a cobra, bring its dead body to the authorities, and get paid. At first, it seemed to work. People started hunting cobras, and the numbers went down. The government was happy. The people were making money. Win-win, right? Not quite. Soon, some clever entrepreneurs realized a loophole. Why go out and hunt cobras when you can breed them? So, they started breeding cobras in secret, then killing them and cashing in on the bounties. Eventually, the government caught on and scrapped the program. But now, all those breeders had a problem. What do you do with thousands of worthless cobras? Simple: release them back into the wild. And just like that, the cobra population skyrocketed. The policy, which was supposed to eliminate cobras, ended up increasing them. This is the Cobra Effect, when an attempted solution makes the original problem worse. The economic lesson. The Cobra Effect isn't just a quirky historical anecdote. It reveals a crucial flaw in economic incentives: unintended consequences. When policymakers or businesses set up rewards without fully thinking through human behavior, they often create perverse incentives. Think about it. The government was rewarding dead cobras, not a reduction in the overall population. So, people gamed the system for profit. This pattern repeats over and over in history. Let's look at some real-world examples. Similar things have happened throughout history. During French colonial rule in Vietnam, a rat bounty led to people cutting off rat tails and releasing the rats to breed for future rewards. Even climate change policies have had unintended consequences. In 2005, a UN initiative rewarded companies for destroying harmful pollutants like HFC 23, a byproduct of coolant. But companies began producing more coolant just to destroy the byproduct for rewards. Another shocking example comes from the United States during the Prohibition era. In an attempt to curb alcohol consumption, the government introduced severe restrictions and crackdowns on liquor production. But instead of reducing drinking, it fueled the rise of organized crime. Bootlegging and underground speakeasies flourished, giving immense power to criminal syndicates like Al Capone's gang. The ban was eventually repealed, but not before it created a massive illegal industry. A more recent example comes from China's one-child policy. Introduced to control population growth, the policy had unintended consequences: a gender imbalance due to a preference for male children, an aging workforce, and long-term economic strain. Decades later, the government had to reverse course, but the demographic effects still linger today. The Cobra Effect isn't just a historical issue. It happens in our daily lives too. We often make decisions without thinking about the long-term consequences, which can create new problems instead of solving the original one. So how can we avoid the Cobra Effect? The key is to stop thinking in a straight line. The world isn't just a simple chain of cause and effect. It's a web of interconnected systems with feedback loops. When making decisions, we need to go beyond surface-level thinking and consider second-order consequences. By using mental models, we can better analyze complex situations and anticipate the ripple effects of our choices. The Cobra Effect is a reminder that quick fixes can sometimes backfire. Next time you're faced with a decision, don't just look at the immediate outcome. Step back and see the bigger picture. The core problem: misaligned incentives. At its core, the Cobra Effect is about one thing: misaligned incentives. When people are rewarded for the wrong thing, they will do what benefits them, even if it hurts the overall system. This applies everywhere. In business, when companies focus on short-term profits over long-term sustainability, they cut corners, leading to disasters like the 2008 financial crisis. In government policies, when welfare programs aren't structured well, they can sometimes discourage people from finding work. In personal finance, if you chase rewards like credit card points without understanding the risks, you might end up overspending and accumulating debt. So next time you see a quick fix that seems too good to be true, ask yourself, could this be another Cobra effect in the making? Drop your thoughts in the comments. What's the wildest case of unintended consequences you've ever come across? If you enjoyed this, hit that like button and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.